deputada federal Julie Dzerowicz esteve recentemente em conferência virtual marcada para 18 de fevereiro para apresentar o pré-orçamento federal de Davenport para 2022. A chamada consulta virtual foi realizada pela deputada com o objetivo de saber a opinião e as prioridades dos moradores, das empresas e dos grupos da comunidade local de Davenport para o orçamento de 2022. O Correio da Manhã, Canadá, marcou presença na reunião virtual e teve a oportunidade de falar diretamente com Julie Dzerowicz para saber que propostas vão beneficiar a comunidade luso-canadiana de Davenport.
MP Julie Dzerowicz, it's very nice to see you again. And as you know, and I will I want to ask some questions about the Portuguese community. So one of my first questions, if there's time to ask more, is how will this budget benefit the Portuguese community in Davenport specifically?
It's a great question. I think that it will benefit the Portuguese community in a few ways. One is, if I had to say three themes that keeps on coming up, one is how do we grow the economy? Two is housing. And then three is climate change, okay? So in terms of growing the economy, as you know, within the Portuguese community, lots of small businesses. They're looking to digitize, so to transition, to be better prepared to be competitive in the 21st century. So I think that there's going to be, in my opinion, a lot of continued supports for small businesses within, not only within the Portuguese community, but right across Canada. And I think that's going to be critical for them. I also think that you know, Canadians in general, and that also includes within the Portuguese community, they're always looking for how is it that we can increase our income and how do we better improve our lives, just because things are getting more expensive, as you know, the previous question was around cost of living. And I think that there's going to be continued lots of money for skills development that is going to actually help people to pivot or move into jobs that actually pay a lot more. So I think that's part one. Part two is housing. Within the Portuguese community, at least in Davenport, many years ago, many of them actually bought multiple houses. So many people would sort of buy a house, their home, and then they would have a rental house. And so that's why I still have a very continued strong Portuguese presence, is because they ended up buying sort of multiple homes. And so the families now share the homes and they continue to be a strong presence. But now they're worried about their kids and grandkids. And they're worried about whether their kids and grandkids will ever be able to continue to live affordably in the city. And so that is why it's really important for us to be addressing the housing issue. And so we will be looking at things like housing co-op. How is it that the federal government can be working with the provinces to increase more affordable rentals, long-term rentals? So places like London, New York, Paris, no one buys a house in any of those international cities because it's too expensive, but they do expect to be able to rent for long periods of time. But for those that do want to buy, we want to try to find ways of creating more spaces for people to be able to have a chance of being able to afford a condo or a home in their lifetime. And I think increasing the housing supply is a key priority for our national government. But again, a lot of those tools to be able to increase that supply very quickly lies within the provincial and municipal level. And we have to be working together to resolve this issue. And last thing, climate change. We have a lot of calls from the Portuguese community who want to participate in the Green Energy Fund. They have houses, they're old houses. So my house, which is in Little Portugal, was built in 1910 and is not insulated properly. And so the Green Energy Fund will help to pay for an energy audit, so up to I think $700 or $800 for an energy audit to see where the leaks are in your house, and then it gives you up to $5,000 to help support better insulating or better creating a home that's more sustainable moving forward. And so we have a lot within the community that's very interested in that and looking for more types of support that will help them to reduce their emissions and to reduce their costs and to live more sustainably.